The new moon is in the house of Gemini, and we are in the same houses we've been in for a while. And maybe you're feeling stuck. Maybe you're feeling a little cabin fever. Maybe you're a little uninspired. We've got just the show for you today. We'll meet again. Don't know where, but I know we'll meet again.
Some moony day.
Alice, you're back.
I'm back with my love shades. I got some love for you, yeah. Loving every minute of it.
Wow, you seem really inspired today.
I do feel inspired by you. I feel inspired that you invite me to do this show. But truthfully, I guess I have been feeling inspired in general. How about you?
Yeah, I hadn't been feeling inspired for maybe like a day. But in general, I've been feeling fairly inspired. It's really weird when you get inspired for a while, you're like, oh my gosh, this juice is never going to go anywhere. I mean, it's always going to come. This juice is just going to keep going and going. And then all of a sudden, your cup is empty. And you're like, where's that juice I was drinking? That felt so good. And now I kind of feel like, I don't know, what's next? Thirsty on the new moon.
I love this new moon because it's in Gemini. And I love the energy of Gemini. It's playful, it's light, it's childlike. It represents the part of your life where you're like 6 or 7 years old. And you're like, hey, this is me. Let's hang out. Let's play. And there's not a lot of inhibition. So I love this energy of Gemini. And we were reading about specifically this being about expression, right? A time because the new moon, we can sometimes look inward and think, okay, what's going on with my expression? Where am I at with expressing myself? Am I expressing myself authentically or am I not? Am I inspired? Am I not inspired? Good time to reflect on what you have not been able to express, what you wish you had expressed, and what you wish to express. I wore my little comedy and tragedy theater thing, because from when I was in 8th grade, in honor of Gemini, because Gemini is like the two faces, right? And am I authentically expressing myself how I want to, or am I expressing myself how I think other people want me to?
Yeah.
They're saying for this new moon, Gemini, so this is, this Friday moon, to work with our breath and air and breathing. I think the word inspiration even it has something to do with breath. And they say it's a good day to sing. And we just sang. Well, because without breath, there's no life, right? So no life, no inspiration.
How are you expressing it?
Well, I think I'm like 85 or 90% doing what feels totally aligned and like me.
That's amazing. That's a pretty high percentage. I think a lot of people, their authentic expression is low. So I think that's a pretty great statistic you have that you're working with right
Thanks.
now. Yeah.
Just made it up.
I'm not exactly sure. It's interesting. There's certain people that you encounter and suddenly you feel like, oh, I'm just playing out this role. I know this role really well. And I'm going to just play it out because I know that's the role you think, or at least I think I know that's the role that you want me to play. But you know what? Roles are overrated unless you're really acting in a play. Or
right, which both of us have. Yes.
But you know what? It's so much more fun to just be able to consciously choose which role you want to play or throw the roles out altogether and just see what happens.
Have you tried that? Throw out all the roles?
Yeah, I think so.
I think you have. I think you're mastering that actually from what I know of you.
I think that's what I'm practicing. I certainly don't get it in every single relationship. Certain people trigger certain things in me of like, oh, I got to play this part now. And that part I'm really good at playing, so I'm going to keep doing it. But it's really nice to discover that there is an actual alternative, but it takes a lot of presence and breath and confidence and trust. And so to be able to do that is like a beautiful thing when it comes out. And then to have compassion for myself when I don't. I'm like, oh, darn it. I just played that role again. Dang it. You.
Oh, I'm wondering if there's anything we can do on this new moon to facilitate more of that. I want more of what you're describing because I feel like I am bouncing back and forth. Like now I'm playing a role. Now I'm not playing a role. Now I'm being authentic. Now I'm playing a role. Now,
I went to a meditation retreat one time and Adyashanti, you know him?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And he said something about being unself-consciously yourself. That's actually like when you're when you're in a space of enlightenment or whatever, that's actually just what happens. You are unselfconsciously yourself.
Unselfconsciously yourself. That sounds so relaxing. I love that.
Like talking to the moon every moon.
Every moon, every time
moon.
the moon's a moon.
Right? Like I think it might be inspiring, but what do we do when we're not inspired?
What do we do when we're not inspired? I'm inspired to talk about what we do when we're not inspired.
I think that's when some self-doubt can come in, or memories even of, oh, remember that time I was inspired? Or I think the comparing mind can also occur when I'm not inspired. Of, oh my gosh, they look so inspired. That was so inspired.
Even saying the words when I'm not inspired, right? Like there's this concept that we've talked about where, inspiration, these channels of time where you're like, oh, there's so much juice here, right? It's not always conjured up by us, right? Like that's kind of how I've experienced it. Like it comes in waves and it comes in magic and mysterious ways. And I love that whole concept of the muse. I'd like to learn more about that. I feel like it feels fun and it feels like something to teach about and talk about and experience. Today, I think we are going to talk to some muses.
So what would it be like if we could talk to the muse?
What would that be like if we could actually talk to a muse? Do they even exist?
The muse shows up in unexpected moments, Alice.
What? What does the muse do?
It shows up when you don't expect it, like right above your head.
I'm so excited. Is there a muse behind you?
So Zeus made love 9 days in a row and produced 9 muses, but there's 3 original muses, and those I think are the ones that you want the relationship with.
Ah, the 3 originals.
I've heard a lot of things about the muse Meleté.
Meleté, oh, I love that.
Who's like the muse of thought and meditation.
So she would inspire us about thought and meditation, or well, we could ask her.
I don't know. Meleté, are you there?
I'm here. Ah, thanks for joining us. Wow. Hi. Where are you calling in from, Meleté?
I am calling in from your conscious and your subconscious.
Oh. Wow, how'd you get on in there? Are you there all the time?
I'm not there all the time. I'm only there when deep thought occurs, when people want to access that. And a lot of times we are so caught up in TV and food and the things of this world. So with you ladies sitting here and talking, I was like, is someone calling me? Let me see who needs me. And here I am.
Wow, well, thank you so much for coming.
So if we just think about you, you'll come, or do we need to meditate, or like, this is so cool.
Let me give you some tips to call me in. What you do, I want you just to relax. When you feel frantic, when you feel a little stressed out, you don't have to meditate for hours to call me in. Just take a moment, take a deep breath with me, come now. And it's just like dialing my number. And if you want to talk to me a little more, you sit with me a little more, just like you would sit and talk to your friends or your family. Sometimes you call them in and you say, hi, just checking on you. And then you hang up. That's that quick breath, right? The exhalation. Let's do it again. Simple as that. If you'd like to talk to me a little more, ask some questions, find out what's going on inside of you and in spirit, then you relax a little more and you just let your mind be free. And then that's when I come in to do my job. And I will help calm you down, relax you, and we can have a lovely chat. And you'll feel much better, I promise you.
I already feel better. I feel like I just took a warm bath.
Yes.
Me too.
With lavender Epsom salts.
Thanks, Meleté. Thanks for being here. Well, I didn't realize, Carrie, it was going to be so easy.
I didn't either.
Connect with these muses. I thought we were going to have to like write them letters. I don't know. Well, not with Meleté. It sounds pretty simple.
Yeah, Meleté, it sounds like if there's any kind of awareness, you show up.
You are exactly right. And I think more people during this time are finding more awareness. We're finding out that the muse is within us. I am always with you. A lot of people are just now remembering it. You've always known. As a baby, you've always known. Have you ever seen a baby just sit and play and be in joy? They're playing with me. Now, as we get to be adults, sometimes you feel or you learn that you can't play as much. And so I'm basically just sitting in the ether, in the spirit's board, desperately wanting to play with you. So call me up so we can play.
Thank you. Can you stick around a little longer? Because we're going to call on the other two muses, and maybe you might want to, you guys want to say.
They're my sisters. I love them. Call them in. Come in.
Yay!
All right, Aeode. Aeode?
Hola.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just preparing for our interview.
Wow, thank you so much for coming.
My pleasure.
Carrie, I'm not sure what this muse is about.
Well, she appears to be singing. Her voice is quite lovely.
Beautiful voice. I love your voice. I love your singing. You know,
Thank you. Thank you.
It's so perfect that you're here because Carrie and I were reading about the new moon in Gemini, and one of the things it said was to encourage us to spontaneously break into song and to sing. Where are you calling in?
I'm always around. This is music to my ears. Yes, just burst out into song whenever you are inspired, whenever you feel life. Just sing, and I'll be there.
Wow.
Well, we all sound like you, Aeode. That's pretty amazing. Your voice
It's
is
very
something.
important to use your instrument to warm it up. Just whenever it'll get it flowing.
Oh my gosh, it's making me giddy. I love to sing. So we should just sing and then you're gonna come show up?
Just in little ways, when you feel some inspiration or none at all. You said you felt stuck. Well, sing through the stuck. Sing and find a song in your heart for everything.
You're like my fantasy muse because I've always wished that my life were a musical, and I sort of have fancied that it's been a musical. And thank you for the invitation. Thank you for affirming that we can just sing our way through life here.
There's a reason you like these musicals, Alice, because that's life at its highest form. When everybody feels beyond what words can do, and cars and phones and computers, that's when the music flows. Just let it come when there's nothing quite else in the world that can say what you want. That's when it's time to sing. Pop! I'll be there. I'll be inspiring you, and maybe the newest song will come to you. Just know it's there that can be singing too. Hum, hum, vibrate, that's all I ask, and I'll be there.
Thank you so much, Aeode.
Aeode.
I have some friends who don't think that they can sing very well, and they get embarrassed to sing. Should I just tell them to hum?
Sing, sing, and silence that critic that tells you you're not good. It's not about good, it's about vibrating. Do children, do babies, as my sister said, do babies judge how their songs sing? No. They're singing.
Thank you. Wow. Well, both of you are the muse for me. I'll tell you that right now, because I love to meditate and I love to breathe. And that is actually what this new moon is about. It's all about using breath as inspiration and singing as inspiration. So perfect that you've come to be with us. Thank you so much.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm excited for that. So Mneme, I really want to know what it's like when the three sisters are together. Mneme, are you available to come into us today?
Oh,
Hello, I am getting a call. Just 1 minute, please. I'm just cleaning out the closet. I have a lens I'm cleaning out. I have this hanger, and I'm cleaning out my system right now. And I recall when I was wearing these shoes, this was probably many eons ago. I'm just cleaning out this closet because, you know, there's a lot stored in here, a lot stored in memory. So that's what I'm doing. I'm rebooting right now. But I will take a moment, and it looks like my lovely sisters are here. Oh, take a break from the closet work. Yes, so how can I be of service? And is this Alice and Carrie? I remember you two. I remember when you were born. Carrie, yes, you're looking so good today. Wow, you've grown so much since you were just crying and blue coming out there into this world and out of that womb space. Look at you, Alice. I recall when you came out, and your cheeks look very similar, actually.
Mneme, I didn't realize you knew us. I mean, are you a muse that I feel like I haven't talked to you for all these years? I mean, have you been there all along? You're the muse of memory? I don't know very much about that.
Yes, of memory. And, you know, before things were written down, orators would call upon me to remember what story needed to be told. And, you know, I think people are so into writing these days, needing to write everything, but the memory is actually in the cells of your body. We often need to clean to make space for new memories to form, but I can hold it all, really. So, you know what? I think everything is recycled. There's no new. It's all from the past. It's all refurbished, recycled, composted.
Nothing is created or destroyed, is what you're saying.
Beautifully said. Yes. Yes.
Thanks,
Yes.
Mneme.
I'm so proud of you.
But sometimes my inspiration is thwarted or stuck by memory. Like I have maybe some bad memories about creating or bad memories about putting myself out there and expressing myself. Do you have any advice for that?
Well, I see you touching your necklace, Alice. And I wonder about the stuckness that lives in where that lives inside your memory, your body memory, and how to bring that forward. And looks like there's a jewel under there.
Well, you're very psychic. Today I'm wearing something from my junior high years, and it's a comedy and a tragedy from theater, and it was given to me as a little girl. And I wore it because of the two faces of Gemini in this new moon and the comedy and the tragedy. So I did not anticipate that you would be saying this. And there is something about the playfulness and the love and the joy that I had in expressing myself before all the memories that I don't really like sort of came and got stuck there. So,
well, it's all existing in this moment. And anything that necklace wants to tell you or express to you from your past that could free you in this moment. A big question. You might need to muse on it for a little bit. And
we can muse with the muses.
I think that's what we're doing right now.
I think we are.
We're musing with the muses. How cool. You know, I've heard this phrase that's been thrown around recently, courting the muse. So is that something that we need to consider, how we individually reach out to you or how we honor you? And what are the best practices for that relationship?
I have a thought. It's about your intention. When you're willing, we're willing. So if you make it intentional, then you're courting us.
Anytime you inquire about your cellular memory through what's happening in your body and where your sensations are, that is a way to call upon me and recall.
Since I am the muse of deep thought, I have one more deep thought. Let me put my glasses. Court us, me and my sisters, as you would like to be courted. Flowers, candy, jewelry, loving touch, song, happy memories, meditation. Court yourselves to court us. Sisters, would you agree?
Beautifully put. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Is stress and feeling sad and all of that a part of the creation, a part of the mystery, a part of the inspiration? Because I've always thought I got to feel good and then I'm inspired. But is that part a part of the inspiration?
It's all part of the whole. And there's nothing wrong with going deep into the sadness. It's all right spending some time there too. Think of a way to pop yourself out by helping someone else. Reaching out, stepping outside of yourself and serve.
I love that. So feel your feelings and then get on outside yourself, huh?
Make a difference. Love it. Thank you.
Amen.
That is such great inspiration, Aeode. And whatever struggle, whatever resistance, whatever pout you're experiencing, that is also the muse working through you, showing you something maybe you don't like. We are also there with you in that, I would like to say.
Thank you, Mneme.
Are there any parting words or any last bits of wisdom you muses would like to share with us while we have you in conversation?
Remember how small your life is in this moment in the great scheme of heaven and earth. And perhaps your small offering in every moment can matter and at the same time be a droplet.
Nurture yourself as you would nurture a small child. You're worth it.
Be free.
Be free. Know that we're there for you.
I really appreciate you all coming out here today. Thank you very much.
Muse it. Thanks for coming by. I'm going to be calling on you. I'm going to see you a lot more now.
The muses.
We met them. We talked to them. That was amazeballs.
I feel electric in my body. My face is like beaming. I don't know if you can see it.
I see the beams coming off your face.
You do?
They're like, moo, moo. In
Yeah.
fact, the beams are inspiring me. I can feel the energy of the beams. I feel like I didn't even know they were there, first of all.
Well, apparently they're always there.
What the heck? Why didn't anybody tell us?
I don't know.
I don't know. Opera singer.
Well, I hope that I can remember by calling on Mneme.
I hope I can sing to call her in.
Well, you don't have to be able to sing to call her in. You can just scream.
We can scream?
You can scream.